Welcome to Minis, Me, and the Great Outdoors. We're here today to work on some Krieg bases. I plan on making these for my kill team, as I have a bunch of them sprayed up, all primed up, just a few of them out of the new kill team kit. And recently watching Mediocre Hobbies, I couldn't get enough of those trench bases. I thought they were fantastic, and basically going to do the same pattern that he did it. So I highly recommend checking out his video too, because they're just amazing looking. You should see his Krieg army. It's wicked. But yeah, we're going to turn this into this. And actually maybe show you how to add a couple features too. It wasn't too hard to add some cool barbed wire effects like he did as well. I did a little bit differently, but yeah, really excited to show you. So come along and do this. Okay, so what I want to do first is take the base. Now I use, and I'm sure you could use liquid, but I use gel super glue, right? And then I took some some actual popsicle sticks, took my scalpel, and cut them into fours. Took the middle parts of them so they didn't have any of the straight edges on them, and snapped those into bite-sized pieces in order to stick them on. Well, that's from a different balsa wood, but just snap them into fours, and that's how you, or to fives or sixes, and that's how you get them like that. You glue them down straight, and yeah, I'll do that now, and you'll see what I mean. So we're gonna break them about the length of the base, right? You're gonna look at it, you're gonna say, oh, okay. You could even do it there, but I trim the ends off like he does. Sometimes it looks cool if you do it on the jagged part, or if you want to do it just on the flat wood part to make it kind of look a nice balance, right? Here's an example one I don't have finished yet, but I started doing a smaller layer. Now he does them on bigger bases. I was doing them on the ones it came with, so they're really tiny, but it doesn't matter. It's really awesome. It still works out. It's not too bad. Okay, so I'll show you how to do this. Literally, very simple. I mean, it's as easy as gluing a popsicle stick to a piece of plastic. And these are my first custom bases I've done like this. I've also, I apologize, I guess I'm kind of fibbing. I did some recent Corvus Cabal, but all I did was add cork to the bottom. I've never done anything like this before where I put effect with it. So I'm very grateful to Mediocre Hobbies for this. This is amazing. It looks so cool. I mean, if you're new to making custom bases, this is a great start. A great start to making some new ones. And that's it, see? Start just like that. Woo. Nothing fancy, right? Okay. And we do the next one. Great without it. Don't worry if you get a little bit too much glue. You're going to be putting, as you saw, some Sterling Battle Mire is what he used. Now you can choose to use a thick end. I should have actually looked at this first. I kind of like to do a dry fit sometimes, but so I like the thinner end. I'll go like that. Yeah, that looks cool. Give it a bit of a gap so the Sterling can go in there. And I now realize I like to leave more of a bit of a gap for another effect, which here, let me pull this out. I'm almost done drying this one. Yeah, some barbed wire. Very simple to do. It was absurdly simple. Again, super glue. All that metal is a pipe cleaner, and I lit it up with a lighter, and it did that perfect. I learned that from the Some City Radio guys, which was, yeah, that's a whole nother awesome group of dudes you should be following. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish this up, and I'll come back and show you the finished result. Alright, and it's as simple as that. So as you see, I just super glued it down. It's just been pressed lightly, you know, hold it down. I didn't even trim them yet, so what I'm going to trim them with, I should get a better tool for it, but I did use my starter clippers. I have them around here. Basically from the one Indominus starter paint set. I remember that's where I first got them from, but basically just use these. You're going to trim around it to the angle of the base on each side, and that's when you get that effect of this on round edges. That's how you get that round effect to all of them. Okay, and then after that, it's just, yeah, that'll be the next step we show next. Now, when you're doing this, be careful, because these little suckers like to fly off. They can be dangerous and a pain in the bum. So be careful. I like to kind of trim it on an angle. See? Not too hard, right? If it looks rough like that, don't worry. The mud effect will make it look nice, or you can kind of try and trim it up like that. Sorry to keep it on camera here. It's a little bit hard with the angle of it. Yeah, it's not too bad. There you go. That's it. I mean, it's easy. He's right. It's awesome. I don't know if I'm doing a little bit wrong or chunky, but I mean, it still looks great. Like he said, yeah, these guys are like building World War style trenches. Are grabbing anything they can. So anything that, you know, they can just get their hands on and slap it together is what they're gonna do. Almost orc-like, right? With the metal and the way that their lore is. But look at it. It just looks. It's very simple. I mean, this is. My little guy could do this easily. I wouldn't let him because he'd have fun with the blades, but yeah, and just clip them off. Right? That's it. That's right. If you want to clean up any strands, you don't really have to because, well, yeah. Okay. So what you're going to take is Sterling Battle Mire. Right? Now you could use any texture you want. I'm actually looking at also other textures too to check out, but this is a good basic one to start with. A little bit pricey, but it's okay. Big blob. Crank it on here. Okay. Make sure you get stuck in all those little crevices and cracks. And he's right. Thank you again, Mediocre. I'm giving you a shout out, but it's so helpful. It is so awesome looking, and as a beginner again too, making like custom bases like this, it's very simple, so easy. Maybe my little guys will like doing it. I don't know if I want them recreating World War bases, but you know, Warhammer and all. They know enough, just enough to like, you know, I'm sure everyone understands that with Warhammer. You teach your kids just, like, I want to teach them Necromunda, but I'm definitely not going to be telling them how real life in the Hive can be, you know. Be pretty gross to explain to them the recycling and all that of everything. Yeah, well, they're a little bit older. But that's what's great about it. You can really, it's like D&D, right? You pull back. You have to really know ethically about your own children and what you can and can't teach them like anything else. I don't condone just showing them crazy shit. You really have to, you know your own kids and what their limitations are. Okay, so as you can see here, there's a bit of exposed white on the edges here. Nothing, a little contrast won't help. So that's it. Just let that dry like that. Let's scrape off some of the rest. What I'm going to do, actually, you can see there, it still looks a bit thick on the wood planks. So that's what I'll do. I'll try and get a little bit of excess off those. And it just helps expose the wood a bit more. So it looks like they're walking around on trenches and stuff. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Just take it. I'm gonna go like this. Very much similar, or what is a stippling effect. I'm just gonna cover those spots so it looks all dark. Now just let that dry. And that's that. Now I'm gonna look at any more of these, just double check. Leave any spaces. Sometimes you leave the odd space and you're like, oh. So it's nice to just kind of look upside down at them and spin them around. Make sure you don't miss any spots or nothing. I know no one looks at maze underneath, but I have a complex. I like to just make sure I get them all. That's it. I'm just gonna go through all of them again. The ones I've done. These are all dried in the same state as that last one. Just want with barbed wire on it. See how it looks underneath. Fantastic. Okay, so these ones we have here, we're going to do right here like this. We're going to do them in Rise of Rust first. Just a nice dry brush over them. And then your sharp T-bone, rim black, call it a day. Piece of cake. Let's do this one. It's not too hard, right? Just hit all the poles that you've glued down. Again, if you're wondering how I got these done, it's just by gluing sticks into the slots with super glue. Took this, straightened it into it, like it's very simple, straighten it around a pen, glue it into here, super glue, put a little bit of texture on there. I thought it looked neat with texture on there, right? And if you want to paint them, you can. I thought that from the black on them, from me charring them, looked pretty awesome, so I just left it that way. I thought it looked sweet. So I kind of rinsed them out of the sink real quick, and we'll do that varnish later, and they'll be good. That's it, just trying to build up that dry brush, right? I don't like to dry brush everything like this. I like to edge highlight, but with, as I'm still learning it, but with this kind of stuff, it's, I love the texture built up on terrain, stuff that dry brushing gives. So I'm a huge advocate of terrain dry brushing, I guess you could say. Okay. So that's that one, right? So I'm gonna do the rest of these and come back when I start the shaft to bone, right? Alrighty. That's all of them riser rust up. Some of them I left a little bit faded, like this one barely has any on, but I like how it looks kind of faded on some of them. Yeah. Alrighty, now that we are done with these other little ones, and the reserve rust is dry, we can now work on the shaft to bone. Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then next, you just paint the red black. You got yourself a finished base. Let's do another one. Here we go. Isn't that just beautiful? I like that. I love it. Don't mind if you hear the family in the background. They're all just having a good time, playing little board games and stuff. Mom's playing with the littlest. Logan's playing his Fortnite. He's a big fanatic. Yeah. It's one reason I love miniature painting. I really get to know what the piece, with that sense of just being where you gotta be. Oh, you know what? Let's try a little bit of duster. A little more extra at the bottom here, just because, you know, well, it's at the bottom, so the ground. I would have hit the dirt a bit, wouldn't it? Yes, yes. That looks beautiful. Okay. There we go. Right? Not too bad at all. I don't want to get caught up in that. Yuck. And these are two of the first ones I've done, but they're complete fully. That is a finished one. Not too shabby. Pretty quick and easy. It didn't really take long. It's just you're waiting for paint to dry. Other than that, it's super simple for someone to start this. Like I said, first custom one's not too bad. Alright. So after all is said and done, this is them all finished up. Looking wicked. Just gotta paint up my Kriegs and throw them on them. If you like what you see, shoot a like, possibly subscribe, and come on by next time for another video of goodness. See you later.